Hi, this is Carol. I just had a little fun time making these flowers and flower stems using my Holbein watercolors. So I want to make a video doing this so I remember how I did it and also to show you how I did it. Are these not the cutest? The stems are separate. I made them separate to use for whatever. And then I decided to try making some flowers and these happened and I'm just so in love with them. So, I got to make some more. But this out of the way and make some more. So I'm using let's get these a little squirt. I'm just basically using these two colors here, the two yellows. One is I don't know the exact name, lemon yellow. Here we go. It is permanent yellow lemon and permanent yellow deep. And then this one is let's see, 1, 2, 3, vermilion hue. That's the three I used. So I need to give that orangey one a little squirt too. But basically what I'm using is bright yellow, darker yellow, and orange. So whatever colors you've got, that's what I'm doing here. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm using the brighter yellow, and I've got a flat brush. It's not even a watercolor brush. It's just a basic paintbrush. And I just did some basic little flower petals. And I'm not filling them in completely. I'm leaving white spaces in them. Different sizes. Little bitty one. I'll make as many as I can on here because when I cut those out and saw them laid out like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need more of these. I need a bouquet. So then I let this dry for a minute. So I'm going to set this one aside and let it dry for a minute to get another book page to do the stems. This one doesn't even have type on it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to type. Well, none of these have any type on it. Okay, I'm just going to use that. So what I did was, and I forgot that I used these three greens. So these three greens, which are permanent green number 1, permanent green number 2, and viridian hue. But basically, lime green, leaf green, and phthalo green is what they remind me of, or deep green. So just 3 different shades of green. That's all. And I just went around the whole thing and I would do sticks. I'm using the light green first, and I just made some sticks, flower stems, all the way to the bottom. That makes it easier to cut if you go all the way to the bottom. And I make some little ones. I mean, you can't get much easier than this. I guess you could, but I don't see how. Last time I made a bunch of this stuff, I did not curve the stems, and it looked like they were all just frozen. See how many you can make on one sheet of paper? So that's just the light green. And then now, once again with the light green, I just make a couple of little basic leaf shapes. And I'm not being particular with it. I'm not trying to color it in completely because I'm going to use other colors also. I did need some slightly bigger ones, so I'm going to make a couple pretty good size. And because that one is, that's going to be different looking. A little close together, right? Little bitty ones. Little bitty. This is so easy. Oops, wrong color. Which it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to stick with my plan here. Start out with the light greens. So there we go, light green, right? And while that yellow's still drying, I'm going on to the next color of green. I don't really care that this dries too much because it's not sopping wet. And I'm just going to put some marks with the next color of green just to give it some, yeah, I can't do it sideways, just to give it some variation in color. That's basically all I'm doing here. Because once you cut them out, and once you draw on these with the Sharpie or Micron pen, whatever you like to use, they look wonderful. There we go. So that's two colors of green. And I could stop right there and just be fine, but I'm going to go with three colors, so not too much, just a little bit. Three colors is better than two when it comes to giving variation of color. If that's what you want to do, you don't have to. If you get them too wide or you don't like it, when you cut them up, they look better. All right. Okay, so these are done until they're dry, and then I can draw on them. So I'm set those over there. Now, next color is the dark yellow. So I'm just adding more leaves in between the ones, petals, I mean, in between the ones that are there. It looks like I even added some others, didn't I? Yes. But first I did the ones in between. Very loose, very loose. Right? Doesn't have to be perfect. Watercolor is just so forgiving, especially once you add the details with the, um, if you do add details with the pen. Okay, so now I've done 5 petals in the deep yellow. So now what I'm going to do is do some more deep yellow, but just very, very, very barely, just barely over the ones that are there, just to add some color, but not too much, just a little. These are so fun. So fun. I've been missing these watercolors. Very pretty. So then what I did was I dried it. I'm going to dry this. I'll be right back. All right, these are dry. So now I'm going to go the next level on these. I'm going to try to uncurl it though. Because it's a little curly. There we go. So what I did here was, and it's curly. I don't want it to be curly because I don't want the water to run. There's still a little water on there because I just got it on my fingers. Wow, that's been thick. Okay. Anyway, this orangey color, I'm gonna put me some water right there and water it down just a tad. I don't want it to be straight on. Add a little water to it, and it's not quite so potent. Okay, so I'm going to use this and do this in the middle of each one. So that's it. Super easy. So now what I'm going to do is I rinse my brush out and I went like that to get the water off of it. And I'm just going to, can you see what I'm doing? I'm just making little stripes with it, barely. If you can see what I'm doing, it's very faint. I'm just adding some stripes of this darker orangey color. And then it just adds shade to it. If it's not dark enough you like, and use darker. You can go darker with it. Use real watercolor, but I prefer the lighter version myself. And I'm actually going to dip in this and dip it in the middle just to add a little bit more darkness right there. So now I need to dry this again. I'll be back. These are dry now, so now it's time to do my little scribbly scribbles with the black Sharpie or micron pen, whichever one you want to use. I'll start with actually the stems. And basically, it's the same every time. Let me get this underneath there if I go off the paper though. Okay, so I just a couple times like that, and then a couple times like that. Scribbly, that's the way I like it. Okay, so 2 times up and down, and a couple times like that. I used to hate the scribbly look. I used to couldn't make myself do it because I was trying to be perfect. But now I love it. Okay, so all those are done. And the flowers, I'll do 2 rounds on each middle. Okay, and then I'm going to do very loosely, holding it at the end again, around each flower twice, around each petal. Once, twice. I mean, how easy is this? I am going to let this ink just dry for just a little bit before I cut it, just because if I put my fingers on it, it may smear. So while that's drying, I got to make some more. Put some different colors. Let's see. Let's see what colors I'm going to do. Well, the green is for the stems. Let's do blue and purple. I'm going to do purple first, I believe. Let's squirt them. This one is purple. And which blue? The middle one. All right. Okay. So I'm going to do blue first, I guess, because I just grabbed the blue. Okay, let's do it. little darker than I want. So I'm going to move some of the paint down here, add some water. I'm dipping my brush in some water. There we go, just a little lighter. There we go. Pretty blue flowers. See, they don't all have to be yellow, even though I love yellow flowers. Make a little one down here. I'll dry this real quick. All right, not completely dry, but drier. And this is the purple. I'm going to make it another little blob of it right here with some water. There we go. And let's see how this does. Whoa, that's very purple. I'm going to actually soak some of that up a little bit. Now those two are touching, which is not ideal since I like to cut them out. I'm gonna make that one smaller and I'm gonna cut it out as a smaller flower. Because I feel like it needs a little something extra. I'm gonna add some more, a different color of blue. I'm gonna go Prussian blue here, which is this one. I'm gonna mix it with that. And I'm just going to see what it does. There we go. Yeah. Some of these are a little darker than I want, so I've got this towel here. I'm just gonna lay it on top, just press it, and hope it lightened it up some, and it did not. Okay. Well, sometimes that works. Um, I'm going to put this pinky color. It's called Crimson Lake. I'm gonna do a dot in the middle of each one with it. Now, what happens if I put white on that? Which I've never done. Oh, okay. I never use white watercolor. Interesting. Some of those super dark ones, I just lighten them up with this white. I'm gonna put the marker on it anyway. I mean, not the marker, the Sharpie. I like that. It's really thick with water. I'll do this again. I may regret it. I can't stop. I'm addicted. We'll make some more using more on this color wheel or side of the colors. I'm going to to undercolor with the deep yellow this time. Dry this. All right, so now the second color I'm going to put on these this time is going to be the color I used in the middle on these, which is that right there, so, which is the vermilion hue. So I'm just going to make some more. Add a little extra water right there. This needs to dry. Still not totally loving these. I'm going to try some of this white, see what it'll do. I can't believe I'm using white watercolor. I never thought I would. I did not think it would do anything that I liked. Oh yeah, that softens it up quite a bit. My paper curling. Just like any kind of painting, just like even gel printing, layers and layers really do. And mixed media layers. Now those will be good. I'm going to put some really concentrated blob of white on each one of these. Actually, not to ruin it, but I'm going to put just a little thing of white in the middle of each one. White always adds a little, doesn't it? And these that I did already, I'm going to add just a little piece of white on these. These are dry now, and it's time to draw with the Sharpie. All right, I'm going to do the purple first. Just twice around the middle, like I did last time. And that won't fill up is in the same manner because these are darker. So then I'm going to go twice around it. Really, really curly and crunchy. Let's see if I can flatten this out a little bit. Add a little bit. A little bit. Different type of brush would be better for this, or even Posca pen would be good. These were just so dark. I felt like it needed this. Now I'm gonna let these dry this way before I cut them out. And I'm gonna take that top off. It was bugging me. Now let's uncurl this one a little bit. Okay. Loosey goosey once again. Do the middles. So scribbly, but it's gonna be so cute when it's cut out. I will let these dry, the ink dry. I'll be back. These are all dry and ready to cut out now. They're very curly though. See how they're curly right there? I'm gonna kind of give them a little roll to see if that helps them any. It's a little better. It's better. Easier to flatten them out while they're still on paper than once they're cut out. All right, let's get these cut out, see what they look like. Move this out of the way. Ready for some fast cutting? Let's go. Let's put some of these on this piece of black paper and see what they look like. I'm going to use the green from my first batch. I'm going to leave my first batch off screen since I did not paint those during this video. And got these big ones and little ones. All right, let's just see what we've got. I'm going to try to get some of the big ones and put on with the big ones. See, I'll get a big one. That one's huge. I still think I need to make even bigger greeneries, don't I? These might need some more, slightly more detailed cutting. But the different colors are cute. How cute are these flowers? Look at all this. I think I still need bigger ones, bigger greens for those. So I'm going to put littler ones on these. Little bitty one there. Little bitty. Cute, cute, cute. Well, there's more green. There's some more green. Little bitty. Little bitty. It's even littler. Be really cute when I glue them down. Do I have a littler one? Nope. I'm gonna have to get better at making these little ones, aren't I? These are so cute. I had the best time making this, and I can't wait to use them. So cute and very fun to make too. I had a really good time with this. I hope you get out your watercolor and have some fun making some collage fodder. I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you come back. Bye.